All right, today we're going to be making up our cure for homemade bacon. So we buy whole hogs from a farmer and then have them butchered at the butcher shop. And I have the hams and the pork bellies and various pieces that you would normally get cured or hammed or whatever from the butcher. I have those raw. So we bring them home, put them in the freezer with everything else. So we've thawed out two good-sized pork bellies. We're gonna weigh those. We're gonna mix up our cure, and we're gonna dry rub these things, and then they're gonna sit for 2 to 3 weeks. So to get cured right, you've got to use the pink curing salt, and that makes the bacon and ham safe. So we're gonna go through that process. I'm gonna read through the recipe that I use. With this one, curing wise, I follow directions, right? A lot of things that I cook or can or whatever I'm doing, I'm kind of winging it. And when I'm smoking stuff, I'm winging it. I'm putting a nice rub on there for flavor, and it doesn't really matter a whole lot. With this curing, you want to make sure you've got the recipe correct so that it cures correctly, so that it's safe to eat. Hams are the same way. You want the recipe accurate. The pink curing salt is too much of it's not good for you. Not enough, it won't cure and it won't be food safe. So we're going to turn around here and go through some of the ingredients and mix up a batch and rub these things down and wrap them up, and we'll smoke them in a couple of weeks. All right, so the first thing we've got to do is weigh this. We've got to figure out 2% of the meat weight for the amount of kosher salt and 3% for the brown sugar. So we've got our food scale here. 4.5 pounds and even 5 pounds. So we've got 9.5 pounds. So we've got some math to do. .5 times 2%. 0.19 pounds of kosher salt. Okay, less than 1/4 pound. So we'll take this thing, we'll zero that. Okay. So just over 1/4 pound of brown sugar. I like dark brown, doesn't matter. Okay, a little extra brown sugar. We're gonna have brown sugar stuff. Now the prog powder is what matters. The curing salt, prog powder. There's a couple different names. We'll get back to our recipe. 1 teaspoon per 5 pounds. And some. Okay. Smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon per 5 pounds, so 2 tablespoons. This is to flavor, so extra doesn't kill you. 1, 2. Black pepper, same, 1 tablespoon per 5 pounds. Garlic powder, 1/3 of a tablespoon. Then I have garlic salt. Not that much. So we're gonna mix all this in. Getting that brown sugar broke up is the hardest part, right? But we want to be thoroughly mixed. Get that curing salt in there. Okay, here we go, fresh pork bellies. It in there. Jeez. Okay, it's on. Wrap it back up. You can roll it back up and then wrap it up. Wrap it again. Paper. And we'll do the other one. Okay, same deal. Get a lot on here. Oh. Okay. Those are going to go in the fridge for a couple of weeks. Supposed to take them out and massage them and rub this cure into there every couple of days. I typically forget. It turns out really good anyhow. So we're just going to let it sit. Like I said, chances are I'm not going to remember. So we're not going to end up. All right, smoking the bacon. We ended up running our dry cure for almost 4 weeks. So these should be well cured. Messy. Anytime I'm smoking meat, bacon, briskets, anything like that, I put the fat side up. That allows some of it to render down through. Okay, yeah, these look good. Flatten that out. Alright, smoke's on, bacon's in, away we go. Mm.